Our topic is about the site of the first Mass in the Philippines. It tells us that the first Catholic Mass was celebrated on March 31, 1521, which was Easter Sunday on Limasawa Island in southern Leyte. It also explains that Ferdinand Magellan and his crew arrived in the Philippines in March 1521 while searching for the route to the Spice Islands. Before reaching Limasawa, they first landed on Homonhon Island, where they rested and met the locals. So in this slide, it shows that Magellan met Raja Colombo in Limasawa, and they became allies. Then on Easter Sunday, Father Pedro de Valderrama led the first Mass together with the Spaniards and the locals. This moment marked the start of Christianity in the Philippines and is an important part of our history.
Good day everyone, I'll be discussing the description of our primary source for this topic, the first Mass in the Philippines, a significant milestone in our nation's history. The event being described in the celebration of the Easter Sunday Mass on March 31, 1521, which took place at Limasawa Island. This Mass was officiated by Father Pedro de Valderrama, the chaplain of Ferdinand Magellan's expedition. Present during the event were Magellan himself, his Spanish crew, and the local leaders Raja Colombo and Raja Siago. Mahalaga ang pangyayaring ito dahil ito ang kauna-unahang naitalang misa sa ating bansa at ito rin ang unang pormal na pagkikita ng pananampalatayang Kristyanismo at ng mga sinaunang Pilipino. Dito nagsimula ang isang malaking pagbabago sa ating pananampalataya, kultura at pagkakakilanlan bilang mga Pilipino. Sa mga ulat matapos ang misa, isang kahoy na krus ang itinanim sa isang burol na nakaharap sa dagat bilang simbolo ng Kristiyanong pananampalataya. Ang simpleng simbolong ito ay nagmarka ng simula ng paglaganap ng Kristyanismo sa ating kapuluan at naging tanda rin ng impluwensya ng mga Espanyol sa ating kasaysayan. Now, our primary source for this event comes from Antonio Pigafetta, the official chronicler of Magellan's voyage. Pigafetta's journal, titled The First Voyage Around the World, is one of the most important documents in the Philippine history. It provides the first detailed record of what actually took place during the expedition, including the route they took, the islands they visited, and the people they encountered. His writings describe the island he called Nzawa, which later historians identified as Limasawa. Because of his detailed notes about the geography, the participants, and the events of that day, Pigafetta's account became the primary basis for identifying Limasawa as the site of the first Mass. Mahalaga ang ambag ni Pigafetta dahil kung walang kanyang masusing mga tala, wala tayong malinaw na batayan kung paano unang naipakilala ang Kristyanismo sa ating bansa. Bilang isang saksi, naipakita niya sa atin ang unang ugnayan ng mga Europeo at mga Pilipino, hindi lamang sa aspeto ng kalakalan o politika, kundi pati na rin sa larangan ng pananampalataya. In summary, the primary source we studied, Pigafetta's journal, captures a moment that forever changed our country's history. The first Mass at Limasawa was not just a religious ceremony, it marked the beginning of a new chapter in our collective identity as Filipinos.
So now let's discuss about the historical context. So the first Mass happened during the age of exploration in the early 1500s. Ito yung panahon kung saan maraming European explorers ang naglalakbay to discover new lands and trade routes. Kaya connected ang first Mass dito because isa itong resulta ng mga explorations na yun. So pangalawa, si Ferdinand Magellan ang nag-lead na expedition na ito mula 1519 hanggang 1522. Layunin nila na makahanap ng westward route papunta sa Spice Islands. Yung expedition na ito ang naging unang successful circumnavigation of the world. Ibig sabihin, first time na naikot ang buong mundo through sea voyage. So, noong March 1521, dumating si Magellan at ang kanyang crew sa Pilipinas. At dito na nagsimula ang mahalagang bahagi ng ating kasaysayan dahil ilang linggo lang matapos nilang dumating ay naganap na rin ang unang Catholic Mass sa Limasawa noong March 31, 1521, which also happened to be Easter Sunday. So, a little trivia lang guys na akala ni Magellan noong una ng Spice Islands ay mas madali nilang maabot kung maglalakbay sila pa west. Pero sa journey na ito, hindi lang nila nahanap ang route na tuntun din nila ang ating bansa. Isa pang interesting details na kahit si Magellan ang nagdala ng expedition, hindi siyang nakatapos ng buong paglalakbay dahil siya ay napatay din sa Battle of Mactan. Ang nakatapos ng pag-ikot sa mundo ay ang kanyang crew na pinangunahan ni Sebastian Elcano. Kaya makikita natin ng First Mass sa Limasawa ay hindi basta religious event lang. Bahagi siya ng isang global voyage na nag-connect sa Europe at sa Asia. Kung hindi dahil sa expedition na ito ni Magellan, hindi rin magadala ang Kristyanismo sa bansa noong panahon na iyon.
Next slide of historical context. They first landed at Homonhon Island, then later went to Limasawa Island, where they befriended Raja Colombo. The Mass on March 31, 1521 was celebrated as part of the expedition's journey and marked the introduction of Christianity in the Philippines. This event shows how global exploration led to cultural and religious encounters in the islands. So, una silang dumating sa Homonhon Island at pagkatapos ay pumunta sila sa Limasawa Island kung saan nila nakilala si Raja Colombo noong March 31, 1521. Ipinagdiwang nila ang unang misa sa Philippines na naging simula ng Kristyanismo sa ating bansa. Ipinakita ng pangyayaring ito kung paano nagdulot ang pandaigdigang paglalakbay ng mga Europya ng palitan ng kultura at relihiyon sa mga isla ng Pilipinas.
So now, let's take a look at this map. This shows Magellan's route during his expedition from 1519 to 1522. This journey is important to understand because it explains how Magellan's fleet eventually reached the Philippines, where the first Catholic Mass was celebrated. So, makikita natin dito na nagsimula ang journey nila sa Espanya noong 1519. Ang mission nila ay makahanap ng westward route papunta sa Spice Islands, na ngayon ay bahagi na siya ng Indonesia. Gumamit sila ng ruta na tumawid muna sa Atlantic Ocean at bumaba sa South America at dumaan sa tinatawag ngayon na Strait of Magellan. Doon sila nakatawid mula Atlantic papuntang Pacific Ocean. First time na nagawa ito sa Europeans kaya sobrang historical. So pagkatapos nilang tawirin ng Pacific Ocean, nakarating naman sila sa Pilipinas noong March 1521. At dito na naganap ang mahalagang bahagi para sa ating topic na the First Mass in Limasawa Islands noong March 31, 1522, which is the Easter Sunday. Pero hindi natapos ni Magellan ang buong paglalakbay kasi nga sabi ko kanina, napatay siya sa Battle of Mactan. Pagkatapos noon, si Sebastian Elcano na ang nag-lead na expedition at nakabalik ng Espanya noong 1522. Kaya siya ang technically nakatapos ng first circumnavigation of the world. So, trivia lang, alam niyo ba na ang expedition na ito ang unang nakapag-ikot sa buong mundo? Siyempre, hindi niyo alam yon. Kahit hindi umabot si Magellan hanggang dulo, napatunayan nila na bilog ang mundo at magkakaugnay ang mga karagatan. So, fun facts din na hindi planado ang pag-stop nila sa Pilipinas. Napadpad lang sila dito dahil para lang mag-restock ng pagkain at supplies. Pero naging historical dahil dito naganap ang First Mass sa Limasawa. Kaya makikita natin na dito sa mapa na ang unang misa ay hindi lang basta religious events. Bahagi siya ng isang napakalaking paglalakbay na nag-connect sa iba't ibang parte ng mundo. Kung hindi man dumaan ang ruta ni Magellan dito, siguro baka hindi na rin naganap ang historical First Mass sa Limasawa.
Now let's move on to the purpose and perspective of the First Catholic Mass in the Philippines. This part focuses on why the Mass was celebrated and how it was viewed and recorded by the people who witnessed it. Let's begin with the purpose of the first Mass. One main purpose was to celebrate Easter Sunday according to the Catholic faith. For the Spaniards, Easter Sunday was one of the most sacred days of the year, symbolizing Jesus Christ's resurrection. Holding a Mass that day showed their deep faith and devotion, even though they were far from home. Another purpose was to express gratitude for their safe voyage after surviving a long and dangerous journey across the seas. The Spaniards offered this Mass as a way of thanking God for guiding and protecting them throughout their travels. Lastly, the Mass was also meant to introduce Christianity to the local leaders and people. It marked the beginning of the Spaniards' mission to share their religion and beliefs with the native Filipinos. This act was both religious and symbolic. It represented the start of a new chapter in the island's history. Now let's move on to the perspective and bias of this event. Our main source about the first Mass come from Antonio Pigafetta and other Spanish chroniclers. They saw the Mass as a holy and historic achievement, something that proved the success of their faith and exploration. Their writings focus on the religious importance of the event from a European and Christian point of view. However, it's important to note that the voices of the local people were not recorded. We don't really know what the native inhabitants thought or felt about the Mass, because their side of the story was never written down. That means we only understand this event through the Spanish perspective, which naturally carries bias. To summarize, the first Mass had several purposes: to honor Easter Sunday, to thank God for a safe journey, and to introduce Christianity to the locals. But when we look at the perspective, we realize that what we know today comes only from Spanish accounts. Their writings reflect their own faith and worldview, not necessarily the experience of the native people. This reminds us that history is often shaped by those who record it, and that's why it's important to read historical events with both understanding and critical thinking.
The first Mass is very important because it marks the birth of Christianity in the Philippines, which later became our main religion. Dito unang pinakilala ang Kristyanismo sa mga Pilipino. At hanggang ngayon, malaking parte pa rin ito ng ating kultura at pananampalataya. It also represents the first peaceful contact between the Spaniards and the native Filipinos. Ibig sabihin, ito yung unang pagkakataon na nagkaroon ng maayos at mapayapang ugnayan sa pagitan ng mga dayuhan at mga katutubo. This event also reminds us of the cultural exchange that shaped our history. Through this, nagkaroon ng palitan ng paniniwala, tradisyon, at kultura na naging bahagi ng ating pagkakalanlan bilang Pilipino. The Limasawa versus Butuan debate shows how historians use evidence to prove historical events. Pinapakita nito na mahalaga ang ebidensya na mahalaga sa pagtukoy ng katotohanan sa kasaysayan. And lastly, the site is now a national historical landmark that connects us Filipinos to our religious and cultural roots. It reminds us where our faith and history began.
In our study, we use contextualization to better understand the historical sources we studied. This meant looking at when and where each source was created, and what was happening at the time. By doing this, we were able to see the perspectives of the authors more clearly and recognize any possible bias or influence from the events around them. Contextualizing helped us get a deeper understanding of the sources and made our interpretation of history more accurate.
Okay, for the conclusions, we can see that the topic about the first Mass in the Philippines is actually more complex than it looks. It's not just about a single day in history, it's about how we understand and interpret our past. Kahit mukhang simple lang yung first mass, naging center ito ng matagal na debatehan. Among historians noong mga unang taon, marami ang naniniwala na sa butuan ginanap ang misa, pero based sa mga historical accounts at research, kinilala ng National Historical Commissions na sa Limasawa Islands talaga ito nangyari. Pinapakita nito na minsan ang mga events sa history ay maaaring magbago ang official versions kapag may bagong ebidensya na lumalabas. Yung pag-reconstruct o pag-intindi sa mga early colonial events ay nakadepende sa maingat na pag-usuri ng historians. Kailangan nilang basahin ang mga navigational logs o yung mga tala ni Antonio Pigafetta na kasama sa expedition ni Magellan, pati mga linguistic at geographic clues. Dahil wala pang mga camera, GPS o modern tools noong kailangan talaga nila ng patience at critical thinking para mabuo ang totoong kwento. Malaki din ang role ng mga institusyon gaya ng mga batas at historical commissions sa pagdedeclare kung ano nga ba ang magiging official na kasaysayan. Kahit may mga historians na nag-argue o nagdidesisyon, yung mga institusyon ang sinusunod bilang official record. Isang magandang halimbawa nito yung Republic Act 2733 kung saan formal na dinedeklara ng gobyerno na sa Limasawa ginanap ang First Mass. So, interesting facts is alam nyo ba na inabot ng halos 400 years bago tuluyan na ma-resolve ang debatehan kung saang lugar ginanap ang First Mass mula 1600s hanggang 1900s. Iba-iba ang paniniwala ng mga tao. Ang First Mass noong March 21, 1521 ay ginanap pa mismo sa Easter Sunday. Kaya sobrang mahalagang religious event ito para sa mga Spaniards at naging start ng Christianity sa bansa. Isa pang interesting fact, sa kabila ng mga religious at historical importance ng events, si Magellan mismo ay hindi umabot sa isang buwan sa Pilipinas bago siya napatay sa Mactan. Ibig sabihin yung First Mass ay nangyari bago pa ang kilalang laban sa Mactan. Sa huli, pinapakita ng conclusions na ito na ang kasaysayan ay hindi laging simple o diretso. Minsan kailangan itong pagdebatehan, pag-aralan at i-revise based sa mga bagong ebidensya at First Mass sa Limasawa. Ang First Mass in the Limasawa ay isang perfect example kung paano hinuhubog ng mga historians ng ebidensya at mga institusyon ang ating pagkakaintindi sa nakaraan. At dahil dito, mas na-appreciate natin kung gaano kahalaga ang pagbabantay sa historical truths, hindi lang para sa academic learnings, kundi para din sa ating cultural identity.
Sa bawat pagharap natin sa salamin, minsan hindi lang refleksyon ang bumabalik, pati ang mga masasakit na alaalang pilit nating